30. Before you can get to that car boot cell, you've got to learn how to drive.
Hello and welcome to Mirror Signal Manoeuvre, the show about learner drivers that reminds us why driving is always a privilege and never a right.
Left.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Today on Mirror Signal Manoeuvre, we meet care worker Monique Lorenze, who needs to drive to take the residents' minibus on day trips.
I'm wondering, I need to engage something.
Question is, will her impatient nature get the better of her on test day?
See you later then.
See you later. See you.
Meanwhile, in the coastal town of Hastings, 28-year-old Monique Lorenz is preparing herself for another day on the open road, with the ever-present test just a few weeks away. After a lifetime of relying on buses and trains, Monique's finally decided to bite the bullet and become the first of 4 sisters to drive in her family. And as well as her normal lessons, she's been taking every other opportunity to hone her skills behind the wheel. But for Monique, it isn't all about being the first woman driver in her family. If she wants to get ahead in her job as a care worker, then using the minibus is pretty high on her list of priorities.
I'm desperate to drive by my residence holiday because there's a lot of driving involved. It's going up to Shropshire, it's a long distance, and it's really unfair to let the other girl do all the driving.
So 5 months ago, Monique took decisive action in the form of instructor Andy Budd.
Monique has had lessons before, but she's got a few problems with being a bit nervous.
Oh. Sorry about me.
She's dead boring.
Sorry, I wasn't looking.
Never have a laugh with her. She's one of my worst students.
Thanks, Andy.
That's okay, I know you love her.
I think Andy's being ironic. Monique might be a paid-up member of the caring profession, but get her behind the wheel of a car and there's an altogether more unforgiving side.
Well, she had a few little words every now and then. She's got her own unique way of describing other road users.
Bloody learner drivers. Come on, hurry up. Oh, for God's sake. No. Oh, no. Yeah. Right up my arse.
Looks like she's picked up some bad habits on the go-kart track.
Well, I've been having secret lessons here behind Andy's back, so don't tell him.
Don't worry, Monique, your secret's safe with us. Back in Hastings, 28-year-old Monique Lorenze is steeling herself for her second-to-last lesson with instructor Andy before her test. And considering she's only 2 lessons away from the big day, there are some essentials that still need working on.
She can get quite nervous when she's out on the road and can be hesitant at roundabouts. And sometimes, if there's oncoming vehicles, she'll shy away from them a bit.
And then there's the small matter of gears, isn't there, Andy?
Right. What am I doing? I need to engage something. That's not bad.
Think about the gear.
In second.
Yeah. But you're coming right down almost to a stop.
Right, what gear do I need first?
Now, considering this is the penultimate lesson before her test, even I'd be a bit worried.
Clutch control. Good.
What clutch control's that then?
Ah, a right-hand turn. You'll need your gears.
Think what you could do here. Right, you're in the wrong gear. Okay. Because you're on the hill. That's it. Now get the gear you want.
What do I want first?
Oh dear.
I'm in second. I need to be in first, don't I? Oh no. Yeah. So I should have changed my gear. I was thinking at the bottom. Sorry about me.
Okay, change gear now.
So, with a bit of gear practice under her belt, it's time to move on to some more basics, like observation and mirrors.
Go into your routine now, in order.
Right.
Good. Remember the next part as far as your signal is concerned. When you're coming off the roundabout, make sure you get a good look to your left and get this mirror in as well, in case anybody's coming in on your left-hand side.
And what better way to put her observational skills to the test than by a good old-fashioned reverse around the corner. Now here, Monique needs to be looking out for both the pavement and oncoming traffic.
You see, we've gone out quite a way here.
Have we?
Yeah.
Perhaps just the pavement then.
Have we? Right.
Straighten your well now. Good girl. Okay. That's it. Looking over the back. And you just want to come in a bit closer, don't you? Just pause here a moment. Just have a look here. See, we're quite a long way away from the curb. Now you should be able to see the curb all the way as you're going around. Out of this side and back window. Okay, so you should be able to judge how far you are from the curb. So we go over here, turn left. Proper observation.
So if she can just remember which gears to use and when, which mirrors to use and when, and which way to look and when, it should all come good for Monique on test day. Back in the coastal town of Hastings, Monique is about to take her last lesson before the big day. Let's just hope it goes a lot more smoothly than her previous one. It's Tuesday morning, but is instructor Andy ready for the lesson ahead? Here's hoping Monique's got those gears under control.
Good blind spot.
Maybe not.
Have I stalled then?
Yeah. Okay. Gear. Gear. Good. Just relax, enjoy the drive. But they might just be having a score. Look at your speed.
What would you like me to do about it? Shall I just look at it?
If they were doing a sarcasm test next week, you'd go through without any minor faults.
And her lapses in concentration don't seem to be improving either.
Oh. Sorry about me. Sorry. Sorry, I wasn't looking.
So it might be time to practice some more basic manoeuvres.
Just here, be fine. Do you remember when we did the emergency stop? What we're going to do is drive round. I'll give you the signal. Can you remember the signal I gave you?
What? Say it again.
What is the sign like? No.
No?
No.
What?
Like that. I've never ever done that. No, stop.
No, that's right, yeah.
Ever get the feeling this could take some time, Andy? Now, Monique, concentrate. Concentrate. Concentrate.
Stop.
There he blows.
Gently pull over on the left, check the mirrors.
Which just leaves time for one more question.
What does the sign look like that says emergency 50 yards ahead?
Does it flash?
There is no such sign.
Oh. Oh, Andy, shut up.
Right. Well,
Don't worry, Monique, you won't be getting anything like that in your test. Still to come on Mirror Signal Manoeuvre, Monique takes the road for her first ever driving test.
And then we're going to be taking the next road on the right.
Well, for Hastings care worker Monique Lorenz, the point of no return has finally arrived. After weeks of lessons with instructor Andy, she's about to take her first ever driving test. And the big day has arrived with a bang. Monique's booked in to take her test at 20 to 9. In an hour's time, she'll know if she's road legal to drive the minibus at the residential care home where she works.
I'm feeling quite nervous this morning. Not too bad though. My nerves are all right, but yeah, I had quite a okay driving lesson just before.
she knows everything she needs to know. She can do everything. But the test is a very stressful thing.
This morning, Monique is swapping instructor Andy for examiner Lorraine. Monique zooms through her eye test and engine check. I do hope she can keep her nerve during the test.
Right, so what I'd like you to do, if you can follow the road ahead,
Yep.
unless the traffic signs direct you otherwise,
Yeah.
all right, when I want you to turn left or right, I'm going to tell you in plenty of time.
Okay.
All right?
Wow, Monique's even driving off in the right gear. Very smooth. Let's hope she can keep it up. And so far, so good. How's Andy feeling back at the test centre?
It's got a lot at stake for both of us, really. You know, you work hard, do everything you can, but there's nothing I can do at this time, so I'll sit around and twiddle my thumbs, really.
Oh, that van came out of nowhere, but Monique keeps her cool. Well done.
And I'd like you to pull up on the left in a convenient place.
Looks like Monique is going to have to perform her first manoeuvre for the examiner.
Thank you. Okay, Monique, what I'd like you to do, if you can turn the car to face the opposite direction, okay, and try not to touch the curbs when you're turning.
Okay.
Turning the road, she's pretty good on the turning road, good observations. She doesn't hit curbs, she knows which way to steer.
Monique feels relatively confident about turns in the road, but she needs to remember that the examiner will be keeping a beady eye on making sure she performs the manoeuvre safely, smoothly, and under control. Oh no, she stalled the car. Although this may be counted as a driver fault, she's still allowed 15 of these before a fail. That's it, Monique. Keep calm.
Thank you. Okay, and drive on when you're ready.
Phew, that wasn't too bad. And you won't fail a test just for stalling.
And then at the roundabout, we turn it left.
Now, Monique doesn't like roundabouts much, but she has coped well in recent lessons. What she needs to do is signal left and approach in the left-hand lane. Keep to the left and continue to signal left when exiting.
Oh, wait, for the silver one.
And it doesn't look like she saw that car on the approach. She's either had to brake late or the examiner has had to use the dual controls. Having regained her composure, Monique is looking a lot more relaxed, but hopefully not too relaxed. On the other hand, Andy's looking tense, but soon he'll know if those hours of lessons with his favourite student have paid off.
And then we're going to be taking the next road on the right.
Not long now. Can Monique hold it together for the remainder of the test?
Wait for the red one. Okay, just relax.
And she's nearly pulled out in front of that red car. Don't let your nerves get the better of you now, Monique.
And then we're going to turn left at the end of the road.
Unfortunately for Monique, the test isn't quite over yet. When she gets back to the test centre, there's still the Bay Park to deal with.
Okay, you can drive slowly into the car park, and then I'd like you to reverse into one of the parking bays on the right.
Parking in a bay has never been one of her favourite manoeuvres. Here, the examiner will expect Monique to reverse into a bay safely under complete control and within the white bay marking. She must also demonstrate awareness of possible obstacles in her path. Oh no, she's miles out. She'll have to pull forward to correct her position.
Okay, think about what you're doing.
Yeah. Looks like Monique has completely lost confidence.
Thank you. Okay, switch off the ignition, make yourself comfortable. Okay. Right, that's the end of the test, and I'm sorry that you haven't passed. Do you want me to explain why?
I pretty much know.
And he joins Monique to hear the verdict.
Okay, do you want to have a listen? Please. I knew when I'd definitely failed because she had to use her controls to stop me at a roundabout, and then again she had to use her controls just as I was going into the test centre again, because when I was going to go too early, I wasn't leaving enough space for both times actually. The two major fails that I got, I didn't leave enough room for the next car coming along.
It's unfortunate, but it tells me she will drive, she knows that, and we'll just hopefully go through next time.
Oh, hard luck, Monique. You just need to concentrate on other road users a bit more and you'll get there.